I'm just going to give an update on the food forest. So this is the south side of the house. It was 3 acres of barren land when we bought it. It was old agricultural land that is just, oh gosh, it took forever to grow trees or anything. It's really degraded soil. So we just started the food forest maybe 3-4 years ago. This is just an island bed there. I've got some meadowsweet in there that I use for tea. Most of it's just decorative flowers. Come around here, the daylilies are all getting about ready to bloom. You'll see lots of comfrey around, and it's blooming now. I let it bloom and cut it all back and just do chop and drop. And you can see there's just bees all over it. I don't know if you can see the little bee. And then it will rebloom if you cut it. If you cut it and let the bees enjoy it, it does kind of get a little droopy. And then I just put it around plants that need a little boost. The greenhouse, it's just got peppers and cucumbers. It's so hot. Those seem to thrive in there. I've got a couple moringa trees I'm trying to grow in there. More comfrey. This is the area of the raised beds. Some are permanent and some are just used, you know, as onions and tomatoes, stuff like that. That's a bed I had trying to suppress the weeds, and so I'm getting ready to add some soil. The weeds got ahead of me this year in that bed. It was a strawberry bed. It's a nightmare to keep strawberries weeded. And then that's my lettuce. I've got a couple herb beds that are doing good. Gooseberries and currants there are permanent. Tomatoes. And these wooden beds will give out. You'll see this one here is probably on its last leg. The onions. So then what I do is I just put a fruit tree in it, and then I've got cosmere around this one and some poppies. And I did it on this bed over here. Also, I put up a fruit tree, and then I've got walking onions there and artemisia. Got lots of herbs. I've got 2 patches of asparagus there. And some hops growing around the chicken coop. We don't have chickens right yet. All the elderberries are in bloom, so they're beautiful. Look over that way. Our main problem is deer and rabbits. So I kind of protect the bottom of the trees against the rabbits. And then the deer, you really just have to get the trees up taller so that they won't constantly eat. And if they're smaller like there, they almost killed. I have 3 mulberry trees there, and one of them they did kill. But I've got some netting around it, and that does help protect it. We'll go out this way. We let 1 acre go wild, and I've seen some questions lately about people letting their land go wild, and it is just the best thing we did, because there's just so many, you know, goldenrods and food for the bees, food for the butterflies and the birds. It's just amazing. I'm little garter snakes everywhere. And you can see all these trees have just come up on their own. And it's been, I'd say 15 years since we let this go wild. In the beginning, yes, there was thistles and dandelions, but then the hardier things start coming up. I don't know if you can see all the trees. So we love it. And then behind the 3 acres, we have 4 acres of woods. So we cut a path through the woods so we can enjoy it. But other than that, we grow some mushrooms back there is the main thing. But this is a little part of the food forest, and it's doing good. We probably have about 30 fruit trees, about all of the soft fruits, raspberries, blackberries. I've got chestnuts. And I'll be doing other videos on certain ones, but this is just a quickie to look around this area here. I'm trying to do the no-till, and that's really fun if you can't find enough cardboard. So I've also had raccoons. Oh yeah, they got in last night. You can see where they're digging. I think they're baby raccoons because they've enjoyed pulling up my plants. Yeah, they did right there. You can see they pulled it up. So I'm going to replant all these. And then the squash, I think I just put this down here so the squash will go out over it. And I won't have to worry about trying to weed underneath the squash. But then we'll just add more cardboard and mulch on top of it next year. Make it bigger and bigger.